Yes, this is Sheila. The last time I was with you, we were talking about depression and what healthy activities one can take so that um, it can help them to overcome depression. Like we said about the physical exercise, like eating a right diet. And so today we are going to discuss about depression and its signs and the symptoms that will show that one is going through depression. So sorry about the noise, uh, but you're going to go ahead. So the World Health Organization has given us some signs about depression, and we're discussing this so that if you feel that you're having these signs, you can also see a professional so that they can help you in your journey that is going to help you overcome depression. So the first sign is you're feeling extremely sad, very sad that you cannot do things that you used to do normally. You feel irritable by small things, like the things which used to excite you are now feeling irritable. You feel a lot of emptiness in you. You feel like you do not deserve to be alive. You feel like this whole world has turned against you and there's no one that is there to help you. So you lack purpose and you're just there. Yeah, so okay. Then there's also the lack of interest or the loss of interest in activities that used to excite you. Like you used to like exercises, you don't want to go and do those exercises, you don't feel like doing the exercises, you don't feel like engaging in those exercises. Yeah, that's a sign of depression. Two, also maybe you liked cooking as a skill, you used to go to work, but you don't have that zeal to wake up in the morning, that passion, that motivation that will make you wake up in the morning so that you can go to work. That's also a sign that depression might be knocking at your door. There's also decreased sleep or little sleep or too much. So too much or too little of sleep might be also a sign that depression is kicking in. Okay, there can be a change in appetite. Either you have too much appetite or too little appetite. You'll either eat so small that you're even wondering if it's you, or people are asking you, are you full? Are you okay? Or you're eating too much. That's also a sign of depression. Yeah. There's also that feeling of low self-worth. You don't feel like you belong anywhere. You don't feel like you're worth anything. You feel like you're just useless and you cannot just do any simple task, and you ask yourself why it's you who is going through that. Yeah, there are many people who might be going through the same, but people handle issues differently. So sometimes when depression kicks in, you will feel like you do not matter. You feel like you are a burden to everyone, and sometimes you feel like opening up to people has been too much also. So it's just too deep, too strong for you even to go through it. Uh, there's also that guilt, yeah, that I've said. You feel like you've talked to people about what you're going through for a long time. You've expressed yourself, you've expressed your feelings, and it reaches a time that you feel like, this is just too much. Or you even ask yourself questions like, why am I even living? You feel me? Why am I living? You start questioning yourself. Why is it that everyone in my family uh, is making it in their lives, but it's not me? You feel like everyone is making a step in their lives, but yours is at a stagnated position. So there's that guilt that will come deep within you, and you feel like you reach a point that you might even contemplate taking your own life. Okay, so there's also poor concentration. The things that you used to do maybe at work, used to be one of the best at delivering your services or duties, and people used to find pleasure in coming to you, but you lack concentration that you even forget some things. And so Sometimes even what you're giving out is not enough for people, and even for your employer, or even for your clients. And so that poor concentration at work, which will lead to poor delivery of services, might also be a sign that depression is kicking in. Okay, there's that hopelessness, pessimism. You don't feel like you can do anything that will amount to something positive in your life. So every time you're feeling like, ah, okay, I'll just try, but I don't think if I'll make it. So you lose hope in life, you lose hope in activities that you do, you lose hope even in anything that you used to engage in. Yeah, that's also a sign of depression. Sometimes it will reach a point where it will affect your speech or movement. You might feel like it's too demanding to talk to people, it's too engaging to talk to people, so you don't talk to people. Sometimes you just shut up. People are engaging in a conversation that used to ignite you, but there's nothing that you're giving in. Yeah, that's also a sign of depression. Or movement, you are enclosed in your room, you don't want to move so that you do not interact with people. That's a sign of depression. Okay, then there's also because you are undergoing a phase at that time, let me say an episode at that time, it also sometimes pushes you into not making the right decisions at that time, because you are overwhelmed with thoughts, you are overwhelmed with the turn of events and how things are going. So the decisions that you might make at that time might be some things that are not going to help you in future. And sometimes you'll find it even difficult to make that decision that was just easy for you maybe a few days back or a few months behind. You are the person people could run to, but right now, because you're not even sure about yourself, you cannot make a tangible decision. Okay, there might be also unexplained physical problems. Sometimes you might lose weight, sometimes you might add weight due to stress, because we know stress sometimes will amount to the loss of weight in your body. And there are people, when they're undergoing stressful events, they'll add weight. So these are some of the signs that we are talking about when you're dealing with depression. And do not forget that sometimes it pushes someone to contemplate taking their own life. That said, we are talking about someone choosing to die by suicide, or attempting to take their own lives. So when it reaches that moment, do not think that it is only you. It's many people who are going through depression, and people process that phase differently. So do not let that bulk of the events be on you alone. If you have a family member that you think might listen to you at that moment, I know sometimes it's hard, because there are times you've talked to people, you talk to them 1 or 2 times or 3 times, and it looks like a burden or baggage to them. But it's better to speak it out, because they say a problem shared is a problem half solved. So when you talk about it, at least you release some energy, and you release some tension from within, you release some stress from yourself, because you feel like there is some excess weight that has left your body. And when dealing with depression also, when there are steps that you'll need to take, which we'll discuss in our next vlog. And also, what I advise is seek professional support, because one, you'll be helped and guided through the turn of events, which might be overwhelming to you as a person alone. But when you have the right support, especially from a person who has more knowledge about depression and all other mental health illnesses, they'll help you to go through it by taking medication, and also advise you to go to a social support. Will get people who have lived with depression or other mental illnesses, and they'll help you. You listen to their stories, and maybe it will help you to go through yours. Also seek support Support can come from the social groups that I'm talking about. Social support can also come from your caregivers, who are your family or your friends. And when you go there, be willing, though it's hard sometimes, but be willing to open up and engage in different activities so that you can be better. Set realistic goals also, because once you're going through depression, there are steps that you need to take so that you can get well. These steps we'll go through them in the next episode. But right now, just saying, uh, plan and live a day at a time, because uh, nobody knows about tomorrow, and tomorrow might be better for you. So depression is not the end of life, and you're not alone. There are many people who are living in depression. For some it's worse, for some it's manageable, but I believe that together we can do marvelous things. And I'm here, your girl Sheila. Till next time, I love you and expect to hear from me from the comment section. Please like, subscribe, and follow this YouTube channel so that you can press the notification button so that you're also up to date with every video that we shall be uploading about mental illnesses. Okay, let's call it a day. Bye. Yeah.